Of course, it's its first appearance in public. My name is Ndc Judgement. I'm the national spokesperson of the EFF and head of communications. And I'm a member of parliament. Very quickly, the National Disciplinary Committee of the EFF is constituted by members of the Central Command team. The Central Command team is people who are duly elected at the National People's Assembly. And the first National People's Assembly took place, as you know, in Mangaung on the 13th to the 16th of December, 2014. So these are the people, the first DC, basically, the first National Disciplinary Committee in the life of the economic freedom fighters. And they were duly elected in that conference of assembly. They are Commissar Shelley Mokhoto, next to me here, Commissar Chiribali Muraudzi, and Dr. Susan Tembekwayo. And we have one member who is also responsible for political education, is preparing is in the Eastern Cape as we speak, preparing the activities that will be happening there from tomorrow of the Central Command team. It's Commissar Mlungisi Rapoti. The committee is chaired by our national chairperson, advocate and senior counsel, Commissar Dalimpofu. Of course, you've been invited for the purposes of the outcomes of the work of this committee in light of the group of 4. I'm going to leave it at that and accordingly ask the chairperson of this committee, Advocate Dalimpofu and Commissar, to come and address you on the findings of the NDC. Thank you.
Thank you very much, National Spokesperson. Thank you very much. This document I'm going to read is quite long, so I'm not going to give you much of an introduction. We'll take the Q&A after the reading of the document. The National Spokesperson has already said that in the room where you are sitting was a meeting of the Central Command team, which took place from yesterday until today. And the relevance of that to what I'm going to say will become clear as I read along. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people who have to take off the glasses to read. This is a disciplinary hearing held in terms of the constitution of the Economic Freedom Fighters political party and as adopted at this National People's Assembly held in Mangaung on 16 December 2014. The charged members are Fighter Mporo Makata, who was the national coordinator of the EFF from its inception on 23rd July 2013 until the National People's Assembly, otherwise known as the NPA. Fighter Andy Lemnama, who was previously a member of the interim Central Command team and War Council respectively until the NPA. Fighter Kanyisile Lichfield Kabalala was a member of the CCT until the NPA, and Fighter Lucky Twala, who is an ordinary member of the EFF. All 4 charged members are members of Parliament at the National Assembly in Cape Town, having been so deployed to represent the voice of approximately 1.2 million voters who voted for the EFF nationwide in the national ballot in May 2014. The members were originally charged separately, and their charges will continue to be assessed separately. However, due to the subsequent developments and the attitude adopted by them collectively and as a group, it became convenient and appropriate, or more, it became appropriate to conduct the proceedings simultaneously. This was done purely for reasons of practicality. The members' alleged transgressions can be considered separately, even where the alleged conduct was performed collectively. For example, in respect of the media conference of 17 February 2015, which was attended by all four of them in Sandton. Before dealing with the charges, and for reasons which will become clearer later in this ruling, it is appropriate to map out the evolution of the constitutional rules and procedures which will be applied in this matter. This being the first matter to sit before the National Disciplinary Committee of the EFF. A more detailed analysis will be given so as to give guidance to other structures and to members who may wish to condition their conduct in the future of this relatively young organization. On 27 July, and at its inaugural founding National Assembly held in Soweto, the EFF adopted a constitution to which its first Commander-in-Chief and President, as well as Ramakatsa, in his capacity as National Coordinator or Interim General Secretary, were all signatories. We shall refer to this document as the Interim Constitution. The Interim Constitution contains both general constitutional provisions as well as a disciplinary code under the heading Administration of Revolutionary Justice and the Economic Freedom Fighters. A copy of the Interim Constitution is available from the EFF. On 16 December 2014, the National People's Assembly, or NPA, adopted a new amended constitution, hereinafter referred to as the current constitution, or simply the EFF Constitution. The effect of this was to replace the Interim Constitution. The NPA resolved to delegate the finalization of a new disciplinary code to the incoming CCT. It was specifically resolved that in order to avoid a vacuum and until the adoption by the CCT of a new disciplinary code, the code contained in the Interim Constitution would continue to be operational. On 8 February 2015, and at its plenum held at Eku Daily Resort in Meldersdrift, the CCT adopted the new disciplinary code under the heading Code of Conduct and Revolutionary Discipline. In this document, it will be referred to as a revolutionary discipline document or such terms. This document contains both main similarities and differences, that is the Interim Constitution and the Revolutionary Code. In respect of the individual charge members, they each faced multiple charges, which are set out in detail in the individual charge sheets attached here too, and which are discussed in greater detail below. I pause to mention that the full document will be supplied to you before you leave here, and it will also be emailed. In summary, Fighter Paul Ramakatsa, here and after called Ramakatsa, faced 5 charges. Fighter Angela Montana faced 8 charges. Fighter Litchfield Chabalala faced 4 charges, and Fighter Deliza Twala faced 4. And as I've already said, that although they are charged separately, some of the charges overlap, and therefore we deal with them in one document. Otherwise, we would have had to have four separate documents. What happened is that